So we'd start off with a little bit of Paya this morning. And just getting things set up here. Hi, Susan. Hi, Cindy. And thank you for joining me this morning. And there's so much going on. And thank you, Tina. Hi, Tina. So I felt very grounded last night when I went to bed, and this morning I woke up and I was like, boop, 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 all over the place. So, hi, Tina. So, it's just, I'm feeling the need to really get grounded again because there's so much that's pulling us in all different directions. And it's really hard right now to stay grounded. So, I would highly encourage you to really just, take a moment. If you've been feeling the need, by the way, of taking more naps, this week I have been sleeping like I haven't slept. I feel like I'm sleeping lifetimes worth of stuff. So, how many of you have been feeling that so far this week? We're feeling the need. Good morning, Chelsea. So, hi, Ruth. So, the sleep thing has been really pulling us in and pulling us down, and the need for us to cocoon. Okay, how well have you guys have been cocooning, by the way? Or have you been really on information overload and the TV, or being a lot on the virtual? Even though I'm grateful for you being here, but how much have we been too much virtual stimulus? I want to say take a check on that, because I would say, you know, be careful how much you're plugged in. I think we already know what's going on. I don't think we need to be plugged into it as much as we need to. And there's a lot of changes happening that's beyond and bigger than just the coronavirus. So uh, it's fascinating to see how everything is unfolding. But this whole thing is about really going within and really honoring that. And if we're avoiding it, then we're actually not doing what we are supposed to be doing. And it's funny how in the last 24 hours I've seen a shift in what some people are posting online too. And a lot more are saying, I should be more productive at home. I should be getting some of my projects done. And I am just not. Some of it I want to say, especially if you have like PTSD, like I know with bars, requests who want to incarcerate people indefinitely, violating constitutional rights was a trigger for me. And it really caused me to shut down, because I've experienced that, where, you can have your constitutional rights violated. And so that frightens me. And so that triggered me. But that's the trigger, right? But when we can just sit with it and see, like, are we safe right now? Like, even if you're in your own home and it's not the way you need to be, are we really safe? Yes. Okay. Do you have a roof over your head, and a pillow and a blanket and a comfy bed? And do you have food on the table? All right. So this is about going back to basics and understanding how to get back to present as well. And when we can get back to present, we get back to center, then the worry, the fear, the panic doesn't consume our lives. It really dissipates. Doesn't mean we ignore it. It just means that our ability to handle it is a lot different. Does that make sense to you all? So the card that I pulled today, by the way, was I always chuckle when this happens, is the bald eagle. And for those who don't know, I had the bald eagle show up. I grew up in this area. I've been here almost 50 years, and I've never seen a bald eagle here until 2 years ago. And where I saw it for the first time was actually literally circling over my office. And I thought I was seeing maybe my eyes needed to be adjusted. And I went and noticed the next day in the paper that there was a bald eagle. So I sat with the medicine, and the medicine I heard was this. Bald eagle for me was, you've already got the prep, you've already done the work. Okay, now you can soar above the storm, you can rise above it. The bald eagle is one of the animals, the birds that can actually fly above a storm. You don't necessarily have to go through it, you can rise above it. So depending on where you're at, I was taking some notes and before we started today, so I can kind of stay focused here a little bit. So some things to think about with bald eagle. One, there are 4 categories of eagles. So it's no irony that there's a 4 here and a 4-year about getting 20/20 vision and about balance, about authority, challenging us, as well as being a work year. Okay. And I'm not going to go into what that all means from numerology. If you're interested, I do have it on my website, the whole 2020 forecast, talking about the 4-year numerology, and you can check that out. It's also about looking at things from a new perspective. Again, when we're in flight, we can see things from a different perspective, not always the perspective that we think. So it's going to help us take a different course of action. These are opportunities that we're given with all this stay-at-home stuff, all right? It's also about, are you quieting the mind? And we're going to do some of this morning about quieting the mind so you can tap into that vision of what is, okay? And so you can actually shift your course of action. And here's the catcher with bald eagle. Bald eagle in folklore, right, would fly into the sun, singe its feathers, and come back and then dive into the water like 3 times to be healed, to be rebirthed. Okay, this is similar symbology what's playing out here. If you really think of the coronavirus, this is the opportunity. This is about taking the risk to follow your vision with the risk of being scorched. Okay. And that will be necessary for this healing to happen and for life to unfold as you would like it to be. So this is great energy right now to be able to handle this, and hoping that we can tap into maybe some bald eagle medicine this morning. I'm going to put on some music. Any questions with any of that before we start with some of the meditation portion? I'm hoping that is helpful to you all. But there's so much going on, and we're here to support each other. And I thank you for showing up every time we do this, because together we're stronger. And you show up, I show up. Okay, there are days that I just don't want to get up out of bed because it's just exhausting. It's energy depleting. And it takes everything I know, everything that I've learned, and it takes it to a whole nother level. And if we think we've got our shit all together right now, then I would question whether you're really doing the work. So none of us think we've got our shit together right now. And that's okay, because we're all kind of reinventing again. It's about all of us taking it a step further and bringing us to the next phase. Okay, trying to find some good music for us to tap into. I'm just deciding, since I don't have my bowls with me, to kind of get us in here. So take a sit, basically sit down, or if you're laying down, get yourself comfortable. I'm kind of fiddling around here. Take a deep breath in your nose and out your mouth. And I always like doing the 3 count breath in and the 5 count breath out. And for those of us that have been feeling with a lot of anxiety, it's okay. It's okay. All right. The challenge is that right now we can't let the anxiety, the stress, if we are letting it take over, then we're kind of missing the gifts that that it's trying to show us for us to become whole again. All right. And I'm having trouble getting some music at today. It must be my signal or something. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to go with it. And so just take a deep breath. Just feel it. And you're going to feel maybe areas where there's some tension, maybe where there's some ease. And just take a deep breath in for 3, out for 5. And like before, we're going to start off with the Gokai because I love just starting off with that. Helps us stay present, helps us let go and remind us to let go of the anger, the worry, and to keep focusing on being grateful and making sure that we're doing our duties fully. And if we're doing all that, then we can actually be kind to others. All right. So, I bow to you out of respect. Thank you for being here. Here we go. Kyo dakiwa, ikaro na, shinpai suna, kanchaste, kyo hagame, hitoni shinsetsuni. Kyo dakiwa, ikaro na, shinpai suna, kanchaste, kyo hagame, itoni shinsetsuni. Kyo dakiwa, ikaro na, shinpai suna, kanchaste, kyo hagame, itoni shinsetsuni. Take a deep breath. And just be. Just be right here at the moment. Be in the now. And if you're finding yourself with your mind wandering as we're doing this, you might want to just say simply to yourself out loud, breathing in, breathing out. By doing that, your mind can't be in the past and it can't be worrying about the future. Okay? So just keep focusing on the breath. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the breath and into the body. I want you to get into your body this morning. And I want you just to feel, but as the observer. And just keep breathing. Your eyes closed, and your shoulders relax. Next inhale breath, I want you to take that breath and visually see it move and bring it down into the belly. And with the next inhale, see that with just like a balloon expanding. See the next inhale with each inhale, that ball of light that we just brought down into the tandem area. See that expand. And see that ball of light moving in and around each of the organs, in and around each of the tissues, in and around each cell, each molecule, and expanding. See it move in and around each hip. See the breath, the next inhale breath. See that ball of light move down into the legs, move in and around each knee, bringing it down and into the ankles. Seeing that light move in and around each ankle, bringing it down and into the feet, into the heel, moving in and around the arch, moving in and around each toe. Breathing it in, using the breath. Again, this is the breath. Breathing it back in into the ankle, moving in and around. Seeing that travel up the leg, moving in and around each knee. Moving in and around, continuing up the leg, in and around each hip. With the next inhale breath, I want you to see it move into the spine, starting at the coccyx. And the spine is like the superhighway of the energy cord. And the minute you bring this breath there, you might even feel like a boom. So bring the breath there into the coccyx. Moving in and around each spine. Keep breathing up. See the light and energy move up the spinal cord. See it branch out like little tentacles, because we do have them. Bringing it around the rib cage. Breathing in and around the heart center. Breathing in and around each lung. Same time as we're doing this, pay attention and take note of any sensations that you're feeling. Feel the rhythm. Feel the heartbeat. Feel the inhalation and the exhalation of the lungs. How your body keeps you functioning without any effort on your part. Take a next inhale breath. Bring that breath into the shoulders, moving in and around each shoulder and down the arms. Bring it down into each elbow, moving in and around each elbow. Bring it down into the hands, moving in and around each hand and each finger. Bringing it up, back through the hands and into the palms. Moving in and around, back into the wrists, back into the elbows. Back into the shoulders. Bring the breath in and around the neck, in and around the throat, moving up into the head, moving in and around each light socket, eye socket. each sinus cavity, in and around the mouth, each tooth, continuing to expand and move outward and in and around each ear. And into the brain. Feel the energy swirl and move in and around each synapse and neurotransmitter. Breathing in and breathing out. See that continuing to move and shift within us. And as we've tapped into the body, take note of any messages the body has sent you and where you feel relaxed. Where do you feel tension? Because it's guiding you as we speak. Breathing in and breathing out. With each breath, if the area of the body that you're focused on at the moment has a voice, what does it say? And if we're struggling right now, which most of us are, I want you to take the next deep breath in and just feel the presence of the bald eagle. Feel the authority, sense of balance, sense of knowing. Sense of courage, knowing that we work on the vision while staying grounded, then we can take flight with ease. I want you to feel what it feels like to be in and around the energy of a bald eagle and what that means to you. Just feel its presence using the breath. And let come whatever comes to mind, and that's okay. Breathing in and breathing out. Take a deep breath in your nose and out your mouth. Take another deep breath, in for 3, and out for 5. Feel yourself back in this space, whether you're laying, whether you're sitting. Be aware of your surroundings. Take a deep breath in your nose and out your mouth. When you're ready, you may open your eyes. Take a few moments for yourself. Let's get back to ourselves. Anybody would like to share their experience, please do in the comments below. I would love to hear your experience. And not everybody feels comfortable sharing, and that's okay. But it helps me to see where you're at, to see how I can help you, and how we can all flow together. And right now I'm playing some Labradorian, Slavic, folk, rooted music, which goes back into my own ancestors. Another aspect that we really need to be paying attention to, because there's a lot of ancestral stuff, ancestral healing and ancestral wisdom surfacing right now. And the bald eagle can help us tap into that. How are you all feeling right now? So this is a card that I'm pulling for us to think about as we're moving through the day. Nothing is as it seems, and everything is as it's supposed to be. Transition card in my Feng Shui Tarot is very synonymous with the Death card in Tarot. So it's really about trusting. Remember that what I mentioned to you about the bald eagle with the folklore, flying into the sun and singeing and then diving into the waters to be healed so it can be rebirthed. This is what this period is asking from us. So for those of you who feel like they want to sleep all day, that's okay. I slept, I think, half a Monday, and I have no regrets. I have no pity parties, what's wrong with me, or anything like that. This is what cocooning, part of what cocooning is. Part of cocooning is actually going into more sleep mode, more rest mode. Think about that. So I'm hoping that helps you. Definitely more grounded. My head is always in the clouds, so it helps a lot. Yes, feeling calm and grounded. You have a very calming, soothing voice. Thank you, Heather. Just what you needed this morning. Feel very shamanic myself right now. Yay. Well, shamanic is really tapping into our ancestors. I think we kind of misinterpret sometimes what shamanism is really about, right? We think it's all Native American and stuff. It's really about getting into our own native indigenous roots. It's tapping into the ancestral wisdoms and the old ancient ways of being. So thank you for sharing. And if we can just go there's so much wisdom in our own genealogy. Okay. Thank you for holding this. You're very welcome, Jesse. For me as an empath, I generally need to separate from others periodically for my own grounding and centering, but now that we're all ordered to keep physical distance, I miss that energy interaction a lot. I feel that same way, Bill. I'm somebody that needs that alone time, and now that I'm finding that there's so much this alone time that I'm needing that interaction. So I think that's, again, it's about a happy balance, right? Tina, I'm so grateful for your guidance and this group of us that are meditating together. I feel connected and centered. I'm glad to hear that. Yay. Good about the ego. Last night was waves, a universal energy about every hour. Good. So just be mindful, I want to say, as you move forward, because there might be things that we in our egoic mind might deem as triggers. So be mindful of that. Don't let the triggers carry forward and go and be like, I can't take this anymore. I don't want this shit anymore. And I'm so done with this. Because if you go there, then you're actually spiritually bypassing. So not deliberately, but this is what happens. So if you get triggered, like I said, I was triggered earlier this week and I was like, are you kidding me? And all of a sudden I had the nightmares, the flashbacks, the whole kit and caboodle, full PTSD, full blown. But it's saying, okay, well, you know better. Like, what is it showing? Okay, what is it showing you that has nothing to do with what's happening? And so when you get triggered by, especially if the things in the media, if there's things politically that are triggering you, be gentle with yourself and see what the real trigger is and look within. Okay, and carry the bald eagle with you today. And I leave you with a lot of blessings. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you Friday.